Well, one of the options that I've kind of decided on for internet is our next door neighbor has offered to allow us to connect to her router because she got in on Hawaiian Telecom's facilities before their facilities got maxed out. And I think that, from what I understand from some of the fellows I talked about, it's more of a physical plant limitation than it is like ports or IP addresses and that type of thing. So what I'm going to do is we've got a fellow that's going to come this afternoon and give us a quote on grubbing out a swath between our house and her house. And then I've ordered this fiber optic cable. We're going to open this up here in a second. And my intention is to put in a media converter to from the router to the media converter to this fiber cable, run that across over to our house to a media converter to go out category 6, and then to our router that we'll have here at our house. Basically just makes her house and our house like they're all one big network and we all are a big happy family internet wise. And I'm going to pay half of her internet bill. I think she said it's $50 a month, so we'll pay $25, she'll pay $25. Kind of the same thing we did in Colorado, except in Colorado we used radio, microwave hops to go between our house and Patty's house and Dwayne's house. So this is just strictly a point-to-point, and it's over fiber. What I like about fiber is because it runs off of optic, there's no copper in it, no metal at all. So it's completely impervious to lightning, EMP, EMF, any kinds of those interference that can play havoc with like category 6, category 5 cables. There's just no chance that, there's no way lightning's going to go through this because it's not a conductor, it's a glass strand. So let's have a look at it and see what it looks like, and then I'll show you what kind of how it works. And this is the fiber optic cable. Now the fiber that runs through this cable is about as fine as a human hair. But the cable looks like it's about 1/8 of an inch diameter. That's because it's what's called an armored jacket. Okay, there we go, just about right at 500 feet of cable here. And we got to be really careful that we don't ever get it tangled. But these are what are called ST or SC connectors. I mean, we used to use ST connectors in the phone company. And one will plug in as transmit and the other one plugs in as receive. They go over the two fiber wires, which then go into the same jacket. So you can see, even though these cables are this, or the jacket is the same size, it's still two fibers inside of this one, and then in this pigtail there's two fibers total, so there's one fiber in each one. So this just plugs into the SC connector on the media converter. It has an RJ45 jack that goes out to the router that we use just a standard Ethernet cable to connect them. And this will give us gigabit Ethernet or gigabit internet capability. So I'm going to put this back in the box until we're ready for it, and we know that we're set as far as fiber goes.
I'm free and it feels like my heart explodes.
Okay, you can see here that this is the media converter. This is the input for the fiber optic. This is the output to our router, and on our neighbor's end it's the input from the router and then the output going to our house. I thought that we were using one pair, one for transmit and one for receive. It's not the case here. Everything goes over one fiber. So you can see here that I got this. This is one of the fiber leads. Let's see here. This one is the other one. So this one that I've got in my left hand here, we're not going to be using this one. This one is the one that we're going to use. And you can see here we've got the power light on. I plugged this in, and we should have our link light come up at that point. And there it is. You see that we've got link and activity on it. And then when I plug in the router from our router into this, everything should light up except for the 100 light, and then we should see a lot of activity going. So let's see if that happens. And there it is. Everybody's happy. I've got internet service, high speed, gigabit service in my house, thanks to my neighbor, and running it through a fiber that I got off of eBay. Nice and cheap. Well, not real cheap. The fiber and these media converters all together were about $200, but that's what they charge you for installation, plus another $50 a month. So not a bad deal. Let's see how it works. Computer, turn on the night light. Computer, turn off the night light. Computer, who am I?
I'm talking to Steve. This is Darylyn's account.
Computer, thank you.
Of course.